So people always ask me about our Better Vendor program and how it got started. And I go back to the story that in 2003, when I was doing M&A consulting, somebody asked me to help them in their background screening business because they were doing $10 million in sales, but not making any profit. I had a non-compete until the end of 2003 from my previous employers, so I couldn't help them at the time, but they told me as soon as the non-compete was over to show up at their place and help them out. I did that. We generated a couple of $1 million worth of cost avoidances and savings to help them turn a lost company into a profitable company. The biggest part of that was their network for criminal record searches and the other data they were buying. They asked me to help them improve that cost, and I told them how to do it. They said they didn't have the budget to do it. They asked me to do it. At my consulting rates, I told them it would cost them $750,000. They thought that was a lot of money. So I said, let's do it on pay for performance. And the owner of the company, the manager of the company, the CEO said, how is that going to work? And I said, look, if I save you money, will you pay me part of it, part of the savings? And she said, well, how can I lose? And I said, you can't. I said, so for every dollar I save you, the first 12 months I save you that dollar, you pay me 50 cents. The second 12 months I save you that dollar, you pay me 25 cents. After that, you keep 100% of it. She said, how can I lose? I said, you can't. So we went forward from there and developed a whole network of researchers for them to use. We also vetted every website that was out there that claimed to have criminal information that was appropriate for a background screening company. And we told her how to get that all done. And we actually got them to adopt $500,000 worth of savings the first year. They couldn't keep up with our recommendations. They got acquired, and that went someplace else. But in the meantime, I have this whole network that I've developed for them, and that became the guts and the basis for our Better Vendor program. We originally managed it all by spreadsheets. That drove us crazy, so we had somebody write some software. That helped us do it. And then we went beyond that to even the second and the third generation now of our software, Better Vendor Manager software, which helps our clients manage this whole process to maximize the results. So that's where this came from. We're still finding with retail CRAs and even with wholesalers in our industry that we save them any place between 27 and 47% on their costs for searches. And it's not just a cost program, it's a Better Vendor program. Our vendors are tried, they're proven, they're being used by other clients, and they know what turnaround time is all about, they know what communication is all about, they know what accuracy is all about. So that's where we are today on our Better Vendor program. We started this in 2003, as I mentioned, and here we are 15 plus years later, and it's still a viable program. Thanks for listening.